If you can hear me and can see my screen, kindly type in a hi in the comment section, please. Hey, Mr. Steven, good morning to you. Hi, Carrie, good morning. Glad to have you around today. Oh, Femi, good morning. I'm so sorry I'm yet to get to you. Sincerely, my kids tore the paper and I couldn't get the full number. Please kindly do the number again and I'll contact you. I'm so sorry about that. Glad to hear you're good. Good morning, Carrie. I'm also fine. Had a wonderful weekend here too as well. Calvin, how are you? How are you doing today? Bacchus, hi, good morning. Najim, good morning to you too as well. Okay, Femi, thanks. So I hope we all had a wonderful weekend. And oh, Bassem, good morning to you. I hope we all had a wonderful weekend. And I hope we're excited to be here again for another news week. And well, the week is starting a little bit slow. I have actually gone through major of the pairs this morning, and we're still looking for structures that will line up in our favor and we could take advantage of. However, I have a couple of pairs that we'll be discussing today. I think three or four, 3, 4, 5 thereabout that we'll be talking about today, and we're hoping that things work out as expected. So, with no much further ado, let's quickly dive into the charts and let's see what's happening in the market. And considering the fact that the UK and the US oil is the most popular um, commodity on this platform, we will be starting with the US oil, after which we'll talk about the UK oil and go on to the Forex pairs higher for us for today. So let's dive into the chart and let's see what's happening. On the US oil, we are on the positive side as price has moved in our favor, and price still appears to be aiming for the high on this one. And we still have that bullish trend line guiding our actions into the new week. So the first thing I'll be doing in this chart is to delete some parameters that's no longer required for us, like that one and this one too as well. And then we will be, so let's look at what structure is giving us here. So last week I made mention, on Friday I mentioned that if we have a breakout and retest of this level, that we should take advantage of that bullish momentum if it happens. And I hope we all did anyone in the house take advantage of that move? I mean this one. Sorry, give me a moment, please. Yes. Did anyone take advantage of this move? Hi, Jackie. Good morning. Seba Cox. Good morning to you too. Hey, Angel. Good morning. 8734. Hi. Good morning to you. Valina. Good morning. You're bored. Okay. All right. So, did anyone take advantage of this move last week? At least, if we are taking that move, we'll be running with about 200 pips at the moment. And for me personally on this one, I think there is still an opportunity for us to take advantage of that bullish momentum. And that is, we could probably see price come back down into that neckline we identified during the course of last week trading session, where we will be looking for opportunity to take advantage of a trend continuation to the upside. So that is the first thing I first of all observed on the US oil. Remember we made mention of this reversal pattern look-alike that we saw last week, and we are finally seeing the breakout of that structure, and we might be looking for that retest to join a potential rally to the upside. So that's the first thing I have observed here. So we want to be moving, want to be readjusting our entry points to emphasize what we've just discovered at this moment. And with our take profit target still at $125, which will be giving us around 700 pips approximately, and then we will be having our stop loss right below the previous low of the previous structure around here. So on the US oil, so this is my expectation here, having an entry point right at $117.86, and that entry point will only mature after we see a retest of this neckline. Then we see structures on lower time frame, maybe the 3 minutes, the 5 minutes, the 10 minutes time frame, where we look for patterns that supports a trend continuation to take advantage of. Now the other scenario I'm beginning to see on this time frame, that is on the 1 hour time frame, is the possibility of price coming down further than that neckline that we've identified. That price will come as far as this area as well. And the reason why I'm saying this is because at this point in time, we want to be identifying, recognizing this leg as an impulse leg. And definitely we all understand that after every impulse leg, there is a retracement phase that always happens. And we want to be looking forward to possible retracement. If price breaks down that neckline, then we want to be looking for the culmination of the retracement phase within our golden zone area. So what is our golden zone area? Our golden zone area is the area between the 50 and the 78.6% retracement of the impulse leg. So if we take out our retracement tool and run it through that impulse leg, and definitely we will be having a buy opportunity zone around the 50 and the 786. So allow me to identify this area around here with hold on a second. I want to label this area our buying opportunity zone. So we have this block. So that is one opportunity that I'm looking for. So we could be looking forward to price coming to this buy opportunity zone, which also shares a confluence with the bullish trend line we identified earlier during the course of last week trading session. So we could be looking forward to that kind of scenario. So that's the second scenario we want to be looking out for going into the new week. Now, for those who are with me here, we'll be saying, okay, fine, why not, if we are looking for price to come back into this buy opportunity zone to take advantage of that bullish momentum, why don't we take advantage of a counter trend? Well, for me personally, I am not an advocate of counter trend trading, especially when we are looking at lower time frames like 1 hour time frame. However, if I have this kind of structure on a higher time frame, let's say the daily time frame or the 4 hours time frame, then I could be looking forward to taking advantage of that counter trend if it finally happens. However, if you are someone who does scalping, and you can do counter trend opportunity on lower time frames, and definitely we can actually look for opportunities right around. If we look at structure, first of all, let me do this at this point. We have, hold on a second, we have a structure around here that would be a guide. Let me see. So we have a structure around here. If we look left, we can see that this has been a resistant level, a supply level that has given us an avenue for selling opportunities in the past. And if we come here to, we can see that we also have that same rejection of this area, which also gives us a clue into how that area is a niche for selling opportunities. And if we want to take advantage of a counter trend opportunity, then we want to be looking for a signal in the form of a breakdown of that structure that we just identified there. So what's this going to look like? If we look at it, we want to be looking forward to a breakdown of structure, a retest of structure. Then we want to be looking for patterns in the form of a reversal pattern on lower time frame. Let's say the 10 minutes, the 5 minutes time frame. So now look for entry points that will push price further down into probably the bullish trend line we've identified last week. So that is one scenario. That's a third scenario we could be having on this one, and that could give us around how many pips that is. We could have around 400, 450 pips thereabout if we are taking that reversal, that counter trend opportunity. However, there is one thing I would like to add here. If you are taking the counter trend opportunity, as soon as price come into the neckline, definitely you want to lock in your profit at your entry point. So let us have a visualization of where the possible entry points would be if you are taking a selling opportunity on this one. So right below this area, that is after the confirmation of the reversal pattern we are looking for at a retest of structure, we could be looking forward to an opportunity right below that neckline. Then we have a take profit target at around 114.5 area, and that's around 450. Then we have our stop loss right above the previous structure with around 100 pips thereabout above the previous structure to take advantage of any selling opportunity on this one. So I think that's the third scenario we have here. So there is another thing we can also look at. What if price does not go that far down? That is, price does not come down into the neckline or probably break down the neckline. What if price does not do that? How do we take advantage of the bullish move if it finally happens? So now, if we look at what is happening in the last since the beginning of this week's trading session, we will notice how price rejected the 119 area. The first time we had one here, we had the first rejection here with a hammer candle. We had one here, and then we had one around here. We had one here, we had one here, and then we had this engulfing candle. In the last, I think within the last hour, we saw this engulfing candle. So this also is a sign that the bullish momentum is strong. So now, how are we sure? How are we going to take advantage of that bullish momentum when it finally happens? Definitely, if we bring out our line chart at this point, we will see that we have a structure to play around with at this point in time. Around this area. Oh, hold on a second. Sorry about that. Okay, we have a structure around here. Let me give this a gold color. Sorry. A gold color. Okay. So what level is that? We have it at around 119,800, I guess. So we have a key level at 119.800, which to me is also a strong psychological level we could take advantage of. And then if we have something like this, then definitely we want to see a breakout of that area. Something like this, we have a breakout where we have a candle close above, a retest of structure, then we look for patterns that supports a trend continuation to the upside. So that's another scenario we are going to be looking out for. So if you are with me since the beginning of this session, we've identified four possible scenarios that could happen going into the New York session. So if this happens, then we want to be looking for the breakout of that key level at 119.800, where we look out for a retest of structure. And mind you, when you are looking for the retest, since we are doing our analysis on the 1 hour time frame, we want to be looking for a retest of structure pattern on the lower time frame, let's say the 5, the 10 minutes, the 15 minutes time frame, to take advantage of that bullish momentum. So I think I've made justice to the US oil. I don't know if there are questions or you need further clarifications where I can come in to shed more light upon. Is Femi still in the house? I don't know if Femi has questions because you actually raised the oil speculation suggestion. So I don't know if you have questions, or if you think there are ways I can add to make it more simpler for you. Please raise your comments. I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that before I move on to the UKOIL. Okay, great. Do you have any questions, Femi? Do you have any inquiry you want to? Oh, I see, I see. Okay, it's okay. So, we just talked about the US oil, and then we want to move on to the UK oil, where we will be looking at expectation we have, we should be anticipating going into the New York session. So now moving on. All right, it's okay, Femi. It's okay as long as you are good. Now, on the UK oil, fortunately for us, before the end of last week trading session, we hit take profit. We achieved our take profit target of around 500 pips in profit. And if you had actually taken advantage of that move, kudos to you. And it's a new week already, and we want to be looking at this pair from a fresh new perspective. So if you allow me, I want to delete these patterns on the screen so that we can have a clean screen to now deliberate on what we want to be expecting going into the new week. So we have, hold on a second, we delete this. Okay. So our buy opportunity zone has actually pushed price to the upside, and we saw price move about how many pips from our buy opportunity zone, about over 800 pips in our favor. And since price tested $122, we begin to see selling opportunities coming in, which is not yet confirmed at the moment. And with what we are looking at this point in time, there is a possibility that price could come back down into the bullish trend line to incite a further trend continuation to the upside. And if we look at where price has stalled at $122, you can see that it falls at a lower high from the previous high that we saw at $124.08. So with this being said, how do we want to take advantage of any momentum that might be coming in going into the new week? Well, if we look closely, we can see that we have a similar structure with that which we had on the US oil we explained earlier. So if we look at what has been happening since price rejected 122 dollars level, we see that price came down. Hold on a second. Price came down into $119.50, and we saw something that looks like a consolidation phase at this point, emphasizing an indecision or probably participants waiting for a catalyst to push price either way. So with this consolidation phase identified around this area, then we want to be looking forward to um, identifying this area structurally on the chart so that we can have a sense of clarity and then use this as our yardstick going into the New York session. So if you allow me, give me a moment to identify this area we want to work with. So we have something like this. Okay. So we have something like this to play around with going into the New York session. So we have a consolidation phase. And now what we want to be looking out for is a breakout retest of this area. We want to look for a breakout to give us a signal, then a confirmation in the form of a retest of structure. And remember, I always say that the retest, considering the fact that we are doing our analysis on the 1 hour time frame, definitely we want to be looking for um, um, confirmation in the form of a retest of structure on lower time frame, the 5 minutes, your 10 minutes, your 15 minutes time frame, even your 30 minutes time frame. And we want to see if price breaks above this area, then we want to be looking forward to a retest of structure to join the rally continuation. And on the contrary, if price breaks down that neckline, that structure, we want to be looking forward to a retest of structure to take advantage of a bearish move to the downside. So this is one way we can trade this UK oil going into the New York session. So allow me to draw out an entry scenario where we will be looking for both buy and selling opportunity, so that if it finally happens, it will be easier for us to identify how to join and how to take our profit. So we will be having an entry point right below structure. That is after the confirmation has happened. Then we want to take advantage of a selling opportunity on the UK oil right at let me see, $119.80. And then we want to be having our take profit target right above this neckline. For me personally, 115 would be too far away. Why have I said that? Remember, taking a selling opportunity on this one is more of a counter trade on opportunity. So we really need to be very, very conscious when taking counter trend opportunity, especially when we have a bullish momentum going on and you're taking a counter trend opportunity. There's a likelihood that price could surprise you with just a single spike and move in the opposite direction. So while you are taking a counter trend opportunity like this one, you want to be moving your stop loss to guide your profits. At least you shouldn't be on a losing position when price has already moved in your direction. So what I would advise here is this: if price moves further into this area, then we want to be moving our stop loss into break even level, after which a trend continuation to the downside could happen. So where will our stop loss be at this point? Let's put our stop loss right at the resistant level, which is around 80 pips. Then we hope price moves in our favor, and that's around 450 pips approximately on this one. So now the second scenario is if we do have a breakout of the structure, then we want to be looking for a test of structure on our lower time frame with patterns that supports a trend continuation to the upside. So if that happens, definitely we want to be taking advantage of a buy opportunity after confirmation has happened right above at this area, which is at $120.85. So if we have that kind of scenario, then we'll be having something that looks like this. And then I want our take profit targets to remain at 125. I think we've been aiming at 125 in the last 1 week. or I think, okay, our last take profit target was $130 area, which was a projection of the impulse leg we identified sometime, I think a couple of weeks ago. We identified this impulse leg and we projected this impulse leg into the future with our Fibonacci extension tool. We had a take profit target around between 130 and $131. So let's use that as our take profit going into the new week. So we have, let's put that at least $130, and then let's see what happens afterwards. So personally, this is for me a bullish momentum on the UKOIL. I feel more comfortable taking advantage of a bullish momentum than a bearish momentum on this one. And if you actually taking a bearish, you're taking a counter trend opportunity at a breakdown of that structure, then you must be mindful of your position, as you need to be at alert to move your stop loss accordingly. So we have an entry point right at $120.85. Then we should be having our stop loss right. Let's have it right below that resistance point, and that's like around 85 pips to a take profit target of 920 pips approximately. So this is what my expectations are going to be going into the new week, and as we anticipate the New York session. So this is what I'm looking out for. For the sake of simplicity and to avoid any confusion, you might want to screenshot this my screen so that you can use it as a guide going forward. So like I said, we have this consolidation phase area as our key zone, as this area will be a breakout or breakdown of this area will be a signal into where price is heading to for the new week. So I think I've made justice to the UK oil. I don't know if you have questions and you need clarifications. Um, Baloy is asking, if I close my position, what will happen to my trade? That's an interesting question. If you close your position, definitely your position will be closed. Your trade will be closed. Tandio, I don't know how to make money on this app. Okay, I think someone will attend to you on that. Um, Tandio, what we actually do here on this forum is we come here on a daily basis within 1 hour West African time to discuss and deliberate upon pairs we could take advantage of going into the New York session. And it's also a platform where participants have the opportunity to share, to bring up, suggest pairs or commodities they want us to look at, and we look at it together and decide where we want to be going in the New York session. So that's what we do here on this platform. So I think I have made clarification to you understanding what we do here on this platform. Aura Rosli, hi, how are you doing? Good morning to you. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, and if I don't, please pardon me, please. How are you doing? I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and we welcome you to this platform, and hope you find it interesting. So once again, you're welcome. Aura Rosli. Okay. In the absence of no questions, I guess I'll be moving on to the Forex pair I want to be looking at this week. So moving on, I personally been looking at Euro CHF.